I've got to get out of this place.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Cal.
Oh, I'm Ghost.
I'm
I
Duke.
know there was definitely a lag there. My bad. Know how you feel about lags.
And we have another host on the channel.
Yep, that's me, Duke.
Mom, who is it?
It's the pigs, darling.
And Summer
That was a
Game
rough
Fest
start.
has just wrapped up. And in my opinion, I believe it is one of the, I think it's a great showcase all around. I definitely saw some bangers that will definitely be picking up day one. You know, we had the Resident Evil being revived once again, and then we got some Souls-like sequels. There's a lot to unpack, so let's just get right into it. All right, so first one that pretty much interests me that I've never played, I will be getting into it during the sequel, is Mortal Shell 2, developed by Cold Symmetry. This is a Souls-like and it's an action RPG.
We'll try it.
I think this is like, I want to say they had the best trailer there out of everybody, to be honest, because they had a really heavy metal soundtrack going, and they had also synced the combat to fit in with the beat of the soundtrack. It sounded really hard hitting, but really nice looking game. Very brutal, gory combat. It looked really similar to kind of like God of War a little bit, with the way that he was using the Crusader sword. I don't know what the actual name for that sword is, but like I said, fantastic trailer. Just looks like you're fighting all types of crazy monsters, but I missed the first one that was back in 2020. Definitely will be picking this one up when it comes out, I believe next year. Yeah, because they didn't have a release date for that one. All right, so next, I'm not going to get into Resident Evil. I mean, at this point, because to be honest, I think, which one was it? It was the one where it was the first one that they made to try and revive the series, and I think it was in first person. Not interesting to me. I don't really like my heart rate being up further than it needs to be. But yeah, it's nice that Capcom is sticking with the series and, you know, building a cult following even heavier than they did back during, you know, the PlayStation era, the original PlayStation. But
Yeah, because what was the last one that came out? Like The Village? Something
yeah,
like
that
that?
was the one. And
I think that was it.
And then that villain with that tall ass vampire lady, and they thought that vampire lady was going to be, you know, scary, but people on Twitter were just asking for that lady to step on them.
That's crazy. You know what I think that problem
scary.
was? Is that game came out right around, I think, the time Diablo did, and Lilith was just like the villain at the time.
True. But they were also simping over that woman because of her big tits.
That's what I'm saying. I really didn't want to say that because there's a lady on here too, but they were definitely just being nasty the entire time. That's all.
And what'd you say, Duke?
Yep, I tip.
That's crazy.
I throw some money.
Another one that I was interested in was called The End of Abyss. This is from Section 9, and Epic Games is publishing this, the ones that do Fortnite, obviously. This is a twin-stick shooter, very similar to how Helldivers used to be before the second one came out. I love stuff like this. Very simple premise, but it also had the vibes of Little Nightmares. I think that's what the game is called.
Down.
I don't know.
I like
if you
that
guys-
genre.
Yeah, so very creepy, but this time they give you a gun. So
Okay.
very interested in seeing that. It's from the team background, is from Little Nightmares. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this. And they've got the support of Epic's unlimited budget. So really,
We'll
I'm
see
pretty
how
sure
that
it's going to
goes,
be
though.
fantastic. Right. Another one that I did not foresee me being interested in was Atomic Heart. Were you guys familiar with this one?
I have no, not at all.
So it was kind of like a
I haven't
retro.
seen it.
Okay, it was kind of like a retro futurism game, first person. A lot of the people were really, if you look at the trailer, a lot of the people were really interested in I don't know what the robots are, but people were simping over the robotic women in that game because they were like moving pretty sexually or erotic or whatever. Obviously, people are interested
Cosmetics,
in that. Yeah, cosmetic sales, Goon material sales too. To be honest, but this is an action adventure game. They're also trying to expand the franchise a little bit. This game is developed by Mundfish, and so they're also developing another game called The Cube, which is kind of like an experimental multiplayer spin-off from the single player. I do not know how that's going to do at launch, but to be honest, from what I can see, it looks pretty crazy. Did anybody else see that trailer?
I'm kind of down with the sniper rifle hanging off the side of the cube or whatever the hell was going on. Yeah, I'm in.
And it also looked like there was some wall running. It also looked like, from what I was looking at, that the cube was constantly changing, so the maps could also, might procedurally generated every time you get in.
Right.
A house can be upside down. I don't know. It looked crazy. I don't know what to expect. We'll know more when they give us some more gameplay.
I really hope you're going to say this one, because if I got the right thing
I was sitting here waiting.
I want to play this game. Go ahead, man. I'm waiting on you.
Another game, one of the games that I saw up here, Game of Thrones.
Oh, you're interested
that's
in that?
coming out. Oh, 100%, because I have binged watched the show like a dozen times, and I've got a few characters in there that I really like. But it shows when they're having a battle in Winterfell, and he's fighting the Night King, and everybody's dying because they have the White Walkers, going around killing everything. The Night King's whooping up on Jon Snow right now, and then
the fight we never
Jon
got.
Snow doesn't. Yeah. We never got to see we never got to see the rest of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the fight ends. Jon goes off and he does whatever, and then Arya ends up killing the Night King. But it does a cutscene in the fight where the Night King actually kills Jon Snow.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jon Snow, the Night King ends up raising Jon Snow from the dead, and it's like Jon Snow is fighting at the Night King's side. So I thought that was crazy. I actually seen it outside of the
RTS games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn
just
something
because
new every day.
It's
Just
different.
because it's Game of Thrones.
Yep. It's different. I know the story. I know how it plays out. I've seen it a dozen times, and it's actually quite nice to see how they depict the characters from the TV show, because they look like who we see in the TV show.
Right.
So that's one game so far, from what I've seen, that sticks out to me the most, because I'm interested, because I've seen it,
Right, exactly. And I'm pretty sure they're banking on the fan base to kind of like buy into this game.
This is one fan that's going to buy it.
And I'm like, I'll just have to wait to see it launch or see some gameplay, because you're not going to, no company is going to get me on cinematics anymore unless they already have like a portfolio that I trust, like Insomniac, Naughty Dog, or Santa Monica. Other than that, you're gonna have to come correct with some gameplay before I trust you.
Somebody hurt you, Cal.
Oh yeah. You want to know who?
People have.
First offender, Ubisoft.
Oh goodness.
Division did something bad to you. And
yes, it did something bad to everybody. Everybody just wants to brush over.
Eventually.
Anyway, go ahead, Ghost. What else? Did anything catch
I'm good.
it?
No. I mean, there was. But I was going to let you do your thing. Don't worry about it. It's on there. I'm just going to see if you want to play it, and if not, I'm going to make you play it. It's fine.
Another one that kind of annoyed me, honestly, was when I saw
God.
Killer N, made by Tactile Games and published by Square Enix. But I mean, if it's published by Square Enix, that means they got a pretty big budget behind them. But it's kind of like an Among Us meets Battle Royale concept. I was really interested until the guns came out, which is kind of weird. But they made it seem like it was kind of like this social game where you're at a party inside this hotel, and you got other players in there. You guys are all trying to figure out who's the killer. But I don't understand how any of those systems are going to work. It just feels like it's going to just end up being a free-for-all where everybody just shooting each other. Because it doesn't feel like there's any systems that make you want to play a certain way. I don't know. We'll just have to see. They said a beta's coming soon, but I guess we'll just find out later on in the year. Did anybody see that?
I did, and you know who? There are two people in this chat, not right now, but two people that are going to play that, and I'm not doing it. Telling you. I saw that man drag his head across the ceiling. Nope, I'm good.
That game,
all right.
Games are getting that game looks so real. Like, it's not only that, but like the what's the word? Like deconstruction of the enemies and like their limbs being blown off. And on top of that, the movement looks so natural. It's throwing me off.
It looks nasty.
Yeah,
it reminds me of GTFO, but just on a weird, like high level. Yeah, I don't know. We'll probably play it and be spooked out. Whatever. It is what it is.
Player.
Yeah, you are at night.
None of that will happen.
Or not in the dark. Every single light has to be on.
Right. Exactly.
Oh yeah. I need to call the wife and be like, "Where are you?" Because you can't be creeping up on me out of nowhere.
Right, go punch her in the stomach.
Spooktacular. Oh yeah. You already know she's little. She'd be hiding around shit.
Did anybody see Infinite Tessimals?
No.
No.
What is that?
Made by Qubit Studios. It's an 8-person team, third-person shooters, science fiction. So it's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but you're playing as like these little bug. I don't know. They look like ants a little bit, but these bugs have a really sophisticated society. Like they have mechs and jump packs and they're fighting in the grass. But obviously to them, like everything is huge, and you're like fighting these mechs, and it looked like somebody's backyard maybe, but you have like all this high-tech gear on. It looks crazy.
Nah,
but
I'm into that, whatever that is.
Exactly. That's definitely going to be played day one.
Yeah, that's going to be something.
What is this called?
It's called Infinite Tessimals. You'll see.
I don't see it on here.
All you got to do is type Infinite.
Don't matter. I'll play it.
And then
Mechs,
Game Fest.
I'm in.
So another one that bored me. Not saying the Infinite Tessimals bored me, but this one actually bored me. This game is called Last Flag, and it's actually founded by one of the band members in Imagine Dragons and his brother. So Dan Reynolds is the founder of Night Street Games along with his brother Mac Reynolds, and they're making a game called Last Flag. This reminded me of, it's a really popular game that's on Steam. It has a really, really aggressive fan base, and it is eluding my mind right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's 5v5, and it gives me really bad flashbacks of something that wants to be Fortnite or Concord.
Team Fortress, that's what it was. Team Fortress. I got those vibes from that game, but nothing in the trailer interests me at all. It's not for me.
Nope. I moved past all of that.
Another one that kind of looked a little bit corny to me was the Street Fighter.
Which one was that?
I don't know if you guys. It says
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it's
that's the one that's on here. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I think they were introducing
it's
new
a 2D,
fighters, right?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't. Yeah, it's 2D, but it's got like this 3D kind of art. I don't know. It's kind of like the shading that's around it. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Street Fighter. Like I said, I'm a big Tekken fan. Street Fighter was never something I got into.
Yeah,
I definitely played a lot of it. Yeah, I definitely played Tekken for sure.
The only
Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm.
Right. And also the only other like 1v1 game I'll play is fighting games is Sparking Zero or anything like Tenkaichi. That's the only time you'll find me playing something like that. Did y'all see Stranger Than Heaven? Did y'all see that one?
No.
Stranger Than Heaven, no. I don't think I got to that one.
I'm a big fan of like beat 'em ups. Jet Li back in the day had some games based off of movies he was in, and he some classic beat 'em ups and stuff like Streets of Rage kind of. It's kind of like this is based off of the Raid series. Have you seen the Raid?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what this game is. That's the inspiration behind this game, made by one singular guy. Wait, no.
So you know it's going to be a
this
banger.
Ain't the one. No. This ain't the one that was made by one singular guy. This is made by the same people who did Yakuza and Like a Dragon series. They're making this one. First of all, when you see the trailer, everything in the street is so highly detailed. It's like you can throw people into walls and all into tables and stuff like that. And it also is, I think it takes place in 1940s Japan. But
Okay.
regardless, I'm interested.
It looks ridiculous.
Right.
It looks really cool. Is that right? You got Toku Studios?
Right. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I butchered it, but it looks crazy.
Onimusha Way of the Sword is another one. I missed out on this back during the PlayStation 2 era or whenever it originally came out. I'm highly excited for them bringing the series back so I can enjoy it in its full glory on the PlayStation 5. This one's made by Capcom. Samurai. This is, I think the main character is Miyamoto. I think that's his name. Musashi.
Yep.
One of the greatest samurais that ever lived. So I'm just very excited for this one.
It will get played. It's going to be so hard to come off of a Yote though. It's going to be rough.
I ain't gonna lie,
but it is done by Capcom, so they are going to go hard.
Right. I mean, we have no shortage of things to play. Let's be honest.
True.
Right.
But you know what though? I will give the game a chance though because it looks good.
Right.
But there's only room for one at the top, and it won't be a coward who runs from jewels.
Anything else to catch your interest? Anything else?
Hell yeah! I want to play. Let me make sure I got the name here. Marvel Cosmic Invasion because it's a side scroller and it reminds me of the old X-Men games. What? Get out of here. I'm playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as soon as I get off of here. You're crazy.
Let me look this up.
Absolutely
I think I missed
crazy. What?
Dude,
you are not a fan of old arcade games if you're not into that. That is a complete side scroller. It's amazing.
I've been playing arcade games for a while. That early childhood, man, I was a huge fan of I call them horizontal games because I mean it's just
oh yeah,
side by side.
Oh yeah, this is getting played.
Yeah,
Like,
what do you what? 100%. What?
That's getting
this
played.
game will absolutely get played.
Yeah, this
100%.
Yeah,
You're telling me I can run around as fucking Venom? Yeah, that's happening. Oh yeah, all day it's happening. Don't know what to
Sometimes
tell
you just
anybody.
need a nice little break from all the intense games that we already play. A little break
Yeah,
from
that-
the hyper
Oh
realism.
wait,
That
okay, because-
feeling though, man. Like y'all remember when Battlefield like
here we
when
go.
was it? The old school
Feel
Battlefield
triggered.
1.
Oh,
Like the old guns that they used in the Battle Royale multiplayer. Like it just doesn't do.
you talking about like World War One?
Yeah, like the old like KBR and stuff like that, like the old semi-automatic rifles. Like I just can't get behind anything that isn't modern. And that, even though like scroll game like arcade games like that back in the day were awesome for back in the day. It's nice to see them brought back, and they will have a player base on it because people like old games like that. But I just can't. If it ain't modern, I can't get behind it. I don't
I
know
can
why.
understand that
man.
because I don't go back and play like any retro games. Like I'm not going back and playing
No.
GTA 3
Oh,
or anything that was on PlayStation 2. But I will, for a fact,
Well,
play
that's-
a side scroller.
Oh well, I'm buying it for either both of you or one of you, so it doesn't matter. So y'all are fucking playing, so get over it. That's happening. You can bitch all you want, but we can bitch in chat. So, weirdly enough, we're gonna take a side turn. Dying Light: The Beast. I think we need to get into that first off instead of just playing Dying Light, the normal one. 3 years past, so that way we can play in the dark.
Is this on co-op or is this just a DLC? Because I mean,
Oh,
this
if it's a
man-
DLC,
Yeah, because I don't. I
Is it
mean,
a
I would
DLC?
assume that it's co-op because that's how they've always been. But
brother, this is a full-on game at $60 and $70.
that's a full game. I thought this was-
Full-on game.
I thought
August
this was-
22nd, 2025.
I thought this was going to be like a DLC. Like I didn't think this was going to be a separate game.
I don't know, brother. It is $60. I don't see that being a DLC unless
That's
you're
not. No, ain't no
Destiny.
DLC. Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're Destiny
Right.
or Diablo. This looks like a full ass game.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll try and play that
Yep.
day one. See how that goes.
And I'm gonna throw one for a loop just because I feel like it's gonna get weird because I'm surprised they're not going to get a cease and desist on this one. But Mouse PI for Hire.
Oh, I'm playing that.
You can't tell me that's not a knockoff of
Oh.
Mickey Mouse from back in the day.
But I'm sorry,
Getting
but like
raunchy.
right, and I just love the art style, like the cartoon, like the shooting and the
Yes.
like, all of the everything you see is in that art style. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I'm in.
so excited for
I will 100% play that.
right. I'm really excited for all these real cartoonish type games coming out, because then this is what video games I feel like were really made for, like just
Right.
some crazy shit. That's what I'm trying to see. Not everything has to be hyper realistic. Don't get me wrong, I love that, but I will also be playing this.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
And
So
just to answer your question, this is a completely full game. It comes after years of being experimented on, as Kyle Crane is now half man, half beast. It is single player and online co-op.
Oh, okay, nice. I'm
okay.
looking out
So
for that.
I'm looking at I'm looking at Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
It's happening.
Yeah, man. You know what? I
Yeah, I know.
retract my last statement. In not about Battlefield or any of the old like first person shooter games like that. Modern, but like looking at it now,
100% going to play it.
I can get
It's
I can
crazy.
get behind it. I can get behind it.
He'll be there.
I'll get behind
Here's
it.
the thing. Whether somebody really likes it or not, this is a game that we would play on a Saturday when we are burnt out from another game.
Right,
100%.
because it's gonna happen.
We just get on there and just bullshit. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. 100%. 100%.
I'm
Okay, so
behind
were
it.
there
I'm good.
anything else you wanted to add on really quick?
I love you guys.
Honestly, there were a lot of games that I feel like you had to get through. But in any case, I feel like all of the games that are coming out, there are people behind them that put a whole lot of work into them, a lot of thought. As simple as a lot of them are, you can definitely tell who put thought into it. Not just the work, but just the thought behind. What kind of fan base they'd have backing it. Because
Right.
out of all of them, I feel like 007, that took a lot of work. I really think they were looking at the fan base and trying to figure out what can we do graphically to capture the audience that they've had, and then to bring about more players to the game and stand behind the story. I feel like.
Right. I also feel like a lot of these games, they hit specific niches. Like, it doesn't feel like any of these games were made to tailor to like a big audience, which is how you end up losing a lot of your players. A lot of games, I like games that are tailored towards specific things. I can go over here, play this, get this experience. I come off here, I get that experience. But that's what I love, and I like the way that this showcase they focus a lot also on indie games, which I feel like are criminally underrated. But before we end, I'll blow through some more notable ones before we get off of here.
I got one.
Okay, yeah.
Blighted. I definitely will play that. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Hades. Reminds me of Hades and
I know
Sworn.
exactly.
I'm in.
Yep, I know exactly
I'm in for
what you're
that.
talking
June
about.
9th.
Yep. Well, like I said, Arc Raiders is coming out October 30th this year. I highly recommend you guys play this. This is made by Embark Studios, the same people who made the finals. Also, these are ex-Battlefield developers, so I highly recommend jumping into this on October 30th. Mafia: The Old Country, another one I'm looking forward to. Takes place in 1900s Sicily, made by 2K and Hangar 13. So, there's so many I want to play. Liza P. Overture is available now, the DLC. This is a Souls-like that I need to get into. I heard that it does a little bit of a twist on the Souls-like genre. Might be enough to get me interested. The same way Expedition 33 got me into JRPGs. Scott Pilgrim X, did anybody play that back in the day?
No.
You said nope?
Nope.
Okay, all right.
You
Another
knew that
one
before you asked.
Did y'all see Felt That Boxing? It was supposed to be like Jim Henson style puppets. Looked really, it was so
Yes.
funny. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm not sure what I was looking at was actual gameplay, but if it is, that's insane.
I'm telling you right now, if that's actual gameplay, that will get played.
That's crazy, right? Out of Words was a stop motion animation game that's didn't get a release date, but they said they'll be launching next year. Looked fantastic. Reminded me of It Takes Two and Split Fiction. I love 2-player co-op games. Obviously, definitely going to play that. Want to give smaller studios some attention. Lego is now trying to get themselves into more genres. They have a Lego Party that's direct competition to Mario Party. Then they got Lego Voyagers, which is like a 2-player co-op game, very similar to It Takes Two. Like I said, in Split Fiction.
Love It Takes Two. Love it.
You should play
Love it.
Split
Love
Fiction
how it
with your wife. You guys will
The
enjoy
game's
that.
amazing.
Deadpool's
Okay.
getting a VR game developed
That's
by Marvel
crazy.
Games. Neil Patrick Harris voices Deadpool. Sounds amazing. He sounds really similar to the way what's his name? Well, who plays Deadpool? And
Ryan Reynolds.
yeah, he sounds really similar to Ryan Reynolds in the game. Fantastic. Not sure if I'll check that out, but it's nice to know they're making games like that still. Fractured Blooms starts out. It's a psychological horror with visual novel elements. We got this girl. It starts off with like a comfort kitchen cooking game, and then apparently it turns into like Silent Hill. Like you're trying to discover the mystery of this house.
Oh, dear Lord.
It looks crazy.
I'm good.
Not something I would probably play. Probably watch somebody play it. You got Acts of Blood. This is the one I was mixing up with Stranger. What was it? Strangers of Heaven? The one that was made by the people who did Yakuza. Whatever. Yeah, I mixed that up with them. But I played the demo for this. Incredible. Just something to relax and play. Similar to the way Doom is. You just want to relax and shoot something. This is relaxing and hitting something. Inspiration is The Raid. It'll come out next summer in 2026. Made by one guy. Same way that Stardew Valley, which is made by one developer. Looks good. Plays well. I enjoyed it.
So out of all these games, Cal, out of all these games, because we get stressed, I know I get stressed out playing Helldivers. Out of all these games, if we needed to take a step away from what you've seen in the Summerfest and what's coming out, what game do you think all three of us would sit down and play after being stressed out by Helldivers?
I'm gonna go with
Marvel
the indie.
Cosmic Invasion.
I think that's the
Yeah.
top one. I think
Yeah.
that's the top one.
Out of or something like Lego Party or Lego Voyagers. Like I really enjoy indie games because their main focus is just fun, instead of something like Call of Duty, which is made just to take money out your pocket.
Don't talk about my favorite game ever.
Okay. Oh, before we get off, I get off of here without talking about Wu-Tang's new game, Rise of the Deceiver, mixing in
Game's
hip
gonna be
hop.
amazing.
Yes, I'm definitely excited for this. I know they made a game back in the day, right? I can't really remember.
They sure did.
Yeah.
They absolutely sure did.
Apparently they've been trying to get this done for a while now, and I believe Wu-Tang is actually on their final tour, and they've been advertising this game at their tours. But like I said, really nice. I'm looking forward. There was a lot of stuff here that I'm very excited about. Also Mixtape, which is I think in the same vein as these little indie games. The titles always elude me. I can't remember. I don't want to say Stranger Things, but yeah, Mixtape. It's basically just a story about a teenager's last night out. Your last night out as a teenager, but it has a fantastic soundtrack. Definitely something I'll be playing or looking into, especially if it comes to Game Pass. We love Game Pass around here. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a great showcase. Anybody else have anything else they wanted to add? Thoughts, concerns?
I can't.
Nope.
I can't wait to see what's in store. When they all came out and when they all come out and I get forced to play a few different ones. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm glad you're learning.
Might have a drink or two and then pass out before y'all could get me to play anything. But they all look
That's
good.
crazy.
They all look
Keep
good.
some smelling
like
salts by your bed.
That's crazy.
I do feel like they put a lot of thought into all these.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the small games, the games you can just jump on and get right into without having like a build up or a story behind
Right.
it. I really like how they did all that.
Exactly. All right. Well, appreciate you guys for being here. But more importantly, we appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most. And we will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.